Judith, is it true that relationships tell the story, not plot?
I know I've said that, and I know I meant it, but don't get me wrong, I love a good plot. I love, love, love a good plot with lots of surprises and a real, tightly created plot. But once you have a great script, a well-written script, and a well-written script has to have a tight plot and a wonderful plot. And it also has to have theme. It has to have an idea of what it's about, and what its purpose is in the world. So it has to have a good plot and a good a theme that matters. But the thing that brings those to life, brings the theme, the idea / theme to life, and the plot to life, are the relationships, the scene, because it's scene by scene that things happen to the characters. Well, let's say The Godfather. Godfather has a great plot, right? Terrific plot, and it's also got a very big theme, family. It's about family, and it's also got lots of sub themes. It's got lots of thematic material there about the great immigration from Europe to the United States in the 20th century. There's lots of capitalism, the perversion of capitalism, and by the mafia and in capitalism in itself even. So it's got a lot of themes, and Coppola always said that the central theme was family. So it's got a great theme. Everybody cares about family. And it's got a great plot full of surprises, but always inevitable. Every plot thing comes out of the thing that's happened before. But what activates the great plot and the great ideas of the movie are the relationships of Michael's relationship with his father, of Sonny's relationship with his father, Fredo's relationship with his father, and then Sonny's relationship with Michael, and everybody's relationship to Connie, the baby of the family. And so that's what makes the ideas and the plot come to life, is the relationships. That's all I meant by that.
So if we looked at The Godfather, how much did those relationships with, let's say, the father and son relationships really matter to the story? Or were they everything in the story?
They're everything. They're everything as far as making the story work. I don't know if you're watching, there's this thing on television, this miniseries called The Offer, and it's about the making of The Godfather. And of course, I'm watching it, and they recreated, just in the last episode, they recreated something that Coppola decided to do like a couple days before they started shooting. He invited all of the cast, all of the principal cast, to all of the cast that's a Corleone family member, invited them to a restaurant, and they all had dinner together. And he said, he didn't tell them to do anything in particular, but I'd always heard this story, and then we saw it in this episode, where they started interacting with each other in character and improvising a Corleone family dinner. And so maybe you're talking about improvisation, because I'm a great believer in improvisation. I love improvisation. So I think that allowing space and rehearsal for the actors to improvise with each other, improvise the relationships. If you use rehearsal for just saying the lines of the scenes over and over and over, rehearsal is going to make things worse instead of better. So improvisation has to be a part of rehearsal, I think, in order for it to be at all useful, where you're improvising the subtext, you're improvising the relationships, rather than just saying the lines over and over. So yeah, I don't know if I'm correctly interpreting your question, but that that's what, yeah, that's how improvisation is a useful rehearsal tool. And this Coppola story is a really good example of it.